Hello, hello, welcome back to Funnelheads. Well, today is exciting for a couple different reasons. First off, this time next week, we'll be boarding the Carnival Magic for the very first time. We are so excited, so be prepared for a ton of Carnival Magic content coming your way shortly. Now, secondly, the other reason we are excited is we're going to be starting a brand new series here, and it's going to be special because this is the first time that we are collaborating with another YouTuber, and that is Brad from Coach Cruise. We're going to be doing rankings, so it's going to be a long series, different rankings for Carnival Cruise Lines, starting off with the free food options, the free food venues. We're going to be ranking them 1 through 10, and then we'll go into different categories. You know, Brad and I met on the Carnival Horizon about a year and a half ago, and ever since then, once we found out that we had, YouTube channels for cruising, we've kind of been helping each other behind the scenes, throwing ideas off each other, what works, what doesn't work. So the whole idea is to grow together. Now, I do encourage you to go check out his content, and if there's any Coach Cruisers that have come to view this video, welcome. It is going to be interesting to see, where we are the same, where we're different on the rankings, and the cool thing is these videos are going to drop simultaneously, so same day, same time. Wait a minute, do you guys hear that?
Hey, what's going on, Funnelheads? Andrew. Hey, first off, I don't know if you've looked in the mirror lately, but you're kind of skinny, and I'm a little beefy. So I'm a little curious as to how you think your rankings are going to surpass mine, because obviously I've eaten way more food than you. So I think when it comes to being an expert on ranking of food on the Carnival Cruise Line, it would be right here. So after you watch Andrew's video, and make sure you jump over to Coach Cruise and see the actual correct rankings that you'll be more agreeable to. But in the comments, make sure you're nice to him and let him down easy, letting him know that you kind of agreed with Coach Cruise a little bit more. We'll see you later, Funnelheads. Take care.
Skinny? Thanks, Brad. I'll take that as a compliment. Now, if you do like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Funnelhead family. We'd absolutely love to have you, but let's get right into today's rankings. Now, really quick, one thing to note is that the list is going to be the same for both channels, so we're working with the same 10 venues. Now, the other thing is that this list does not include the XL class free food options. We're going to do a separate video for those rankings, so this is everything up until the Vista class, and again, not including the XL class, the Carnival Mardi Gras, the Celebration, and the Jubilee. All right, so starting off with my least favorite food venue and working up from here, and I'm so sorry, but number 10 is going to have to be Guy's Pig and Anchor. Now, I'm not talking about the specialty restaurant that you'll see on some ships. I am talking about the barbecue buffet. I am not a huge barbecue person. I will admit that. I do like it from time to time if it's cooked right. And when Guy's Pig and Anchor lunch buffet first started to appear, it was much better. I think the quality has gone downhill quite a bit. It's very bland, very fatty from the times that we've had it recently. So this is going to have to be number 10. All right, so number 9, and Little Man is going to be so disappointed in this choice because it's his literally favorite thing, especially for breakfast and lunch, but I'm going to have to say the Lido Marketplace, which is, of course, your buffet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, don't get me wrong, there are things that I absolutely love about the buffet, especially it being so convenient. Little Man absolutely loves the mac and cheese that they have on the very first day. Like, it makes his world, and he loves breakfast, all the cereal choices, milk, fruits, all that good stuff. But for me, the food is very bland. A lot of times it's like lukewarm, a lot of repeating options. I feel like back in the day, they had a lot more variety to choose from, and it's always slammed. I mean, we always try to go at times where it may not be as busy, but really it doesn't matter. It's always going to be busy there. It takes a while to, try to get different items, especially if you're getting something, from the buffet, somebody else is getting deli, somebody else is getting pizza. It's like a 45-minute process a lot of times. But that being said, I truly love the omelet station in the morning where you can create your own omelet or eggs any style. I love the, salad selection where you can make your own salad, tons of fresh ingredients. A lot of fruit is always good. They also have a Chinese station that is like every other day typically, and that has been very good here recently. So there are some things I do love about the Lido Marketplace, but overall, the other options above this are just way better in our opinion. All right, so moving right up on the list, we have number 8 and number 7. We're going to do them together because they're at this position for a certain reason, even though the food is way different, and that is going to be the Captain's Pasta Bar, which you can find in Cucina del Capitano. You basically create your own pasta dish, and Gigi's Asian Kitchen, the Mongolian Wok area. Now, the reasons that these two venues appear on this list so low is not because they taste bad at all. I mean, they're absolutely wonderful individually, fresh ingredients. The reason why they are this low is because, one, they are only open for lunch, which, I don't know about you, but I really don't want to eat pasta for lunch or a bunch of noodles. I mean, I would be in a small food coma the rest of the day. The other reason is because they're only open for lunch, they can get very busy, and it takes, of course, a little while for them to make these dishes, their custom order. And number 3, these are very hot dishes, so unless you're going to, like Alaska or, someplace colder, the last thing I want to eat for lunch, when it's hot out, is going to be a super hot dish. Again, they taste wonderful, absolutely incredible, but those are the reasons why they are so low for me. Now moving up to number 6, and I might get a little bit of hate over this, but it's going to be the pizza venue, which is called many different things on Carnival ships. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the pizza. There's just better options that are above. Now, if you ask me, maybe late at night after I've had a few drinks, it may move from 6 to number 1. Now, my really only complaint has nothing to do with the food. The food tastes fantastic. I mean, it's pizza. You can't really mess it up. But it can take quite a bit of time to get pizza, especially if you want something that is not cheese or pepperoni. It will take a good 30 to 45 minutes. Typically, again, it just depends on the time of day. Now moving up to number 5, we are going to the main dining room, but not for dinner. We are going there for sea day brunch. And a lot of people miss out on this, especially first-time cruisers, because they think, it's just the breakfast portion, same, breakfast that you would get at the buffet or in the main dining room, but it could not be different. Now, Carnival has tweaked the menu just a little bit that left people a little disappointed, but I highly recommend at least going once. Of course, this is only on the sea days, which is really my only complaint, that it takes a little bit more time, and also you are completely stuffed, coming out of the main dining room for lunch, so be prepared for that. But you're on a sea day, you have nothing else to do if you don't want to, so you could definitely, nap it off or whatnot. Now moving up, we have number 4, and technically number 3 and 4 can kind of interchange depending on the day. I mean, you can put one over the other or vice versa, but for me, it is going to be number 4, Blue Iguana Cantina. I absolutely love this venue. They are open for breakfast and lunch, which I really enjoy. They have a great options as well, breakfast burritos, and then lunch burritos, tacos, taco salad. You can customize it the way you want. Chicken, pork, sometimes they have fish, and all of the different condiments. I absolutely love hot sauce, so the fact that they have like their own hot sauce bar is really amazing for me. I love to try them all. Now number 3 is usually on the opposite side of Blue Iguana Cantina, and that is Guy's Burger. Now, of course, again, depending on the day, you can kind of put one over the other, but I absolutely love a Guy's Burger. fresh, hot off the grill. I usually get just the cheeseburger and then I load it up at the condiment station. If you don't know by now, I absolutely love my condiments, sauces. I pretty much put everything on that burger. It's a huge mess, but I wouldn't, trade it in for the world. It is absolutely delicious. Maybe not the best for you, but you are on a cruise and you deserve that cheeseburger, so eat them up. Now moving up, we have number 2, and that is going to be the deli onboard Carnival ships. Now this is typically where I eat the most, especially during lunch, but I've also gotten dinner here quite a bit. I've never had a bad deli sandwich from the deli. So many choices to choose from, hot, cold, all delicious. One of my favorites is the buffalo chicken sandwich. I take the tomato jam off of it and then I get a side of buffalo sauce. Absolutely incredible. It is by far one of my favorite things at the deli, but you really can't go wrong with any of the choices there. Michelle and me often, get a sandwich, both of us, and then kind of cut it in half, and so that way we can, try a little bit of both. But just a great spot, and it's usually really quick. I mean, they can make those sandwiches in usually 10 minutes or less, even if the line, is pretty lengthy. So one of my favorite spots. Now, number 1, and you can probably guess it at this point, and you're probably surprised a little bit, but that is going to be the main dining room, specifically Your Time Dining. Now, I absolutely love Your Time Dining. We have not done early or late seating. I think since they opened Your Time Dining. In the past, when we did early and late dining, we felt like we were always missing out, specifically the shows, in the main theater, comedy shows, events with cruise directors. And if you do the late one, forget about it. By the time you're out of that dining room, you are going to be so full, so tired that you just want to go straight to bed. And it's happened to us plenty of times. So I highly recommend Your Time Dining. The only issue with Your Time Dining, well, 2, 1 is going to be that it can take a little bit of time, especially if you're going, right when the dining room opens. You will have a little bit of a wait, which is usually fine for us. We typically will watch the live music near the atrium or around the ship where not, and get a drink while we're at it. They give you, of course, your little buzzer, and usually it's, 10, 15 minutes at the very most. I have seen it before where it is much longer than that, but that's kind of, not the normal. Now, the second thing that we don't love about Your Time Dining is that, of course, you don't get the same crew each and every time. When you pick a certain time, you always have, the same waiter or waitress serving you, the same crew helping out, so you kind of get to know them a little bit, and you really do miss them by the end of the cruise. You get to see them sing, dance, talk to, so we do miss that, but it is also nice to get to know a bunch of different, of the crew. Now, the reason why the main dining room is number 1 on my list is that it is an experience when you go into the dining room. Not only do you get a different menu each and every night, you get to try things that you might not have ever had the opportunity to try before, whether it's frog legs, escargot, or so much more, so many more different options. You can order pretty much as you want. Anything after the second entree is going to be $5 a plate, which they did change recently, but I actually agree with that because so many people waste so much food in the main dining room. Now, also, like I said, it's an experience going into the main dining room. Of course, you're sitting with your family and friends. You get to, talk about your day, talk about the next day, what you're doing, what you're excited about, especially if you have maybe older kids that you don't get to see a lot during the day. They're doing all the kids' activities and getting around the ship. That's a time, for the family to kind of come together, again, talk about the day and, just enjoy those family moments. Not only that, you get to interact with the crew members, you get to see them sing, laugh, dance. I mean, some of our best moments are in the main dining room. My only real dislike about the dining room, and we usually try to avoid it on the last night, is because they sing that terrible song that definitely makes us sad. You're leaving on a fun ship. We want to see you back again. We hate to let you go. Please
When you come back, we want to serve you again, 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 again. So everybody has to be there. Smile for me. Be back for me. You never let me go. Everybody come here.
All of our ship, we want to see you back again. All of our ship, we want to see you back again.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of
Every time we hear it, we cannot help but be sad. We always have the cruise blues by the end of the cruise. Usually it kicks in like the last 2 days or so. So hearing that song is definitely a bummer. And then after the dining room, you go, into the cabin hallways. Everybody has their luggage out. So it just adds, it amplifies that sadness. But other than that, the main dining room is our number one. All right, so that is my list for free food on Carnival Cruise Lines, not including the XL class. We will get there shortly. I want to know in the comment section below, how did my list compare to yours? Type them out. I want to read them. I want to know reasons why you like one or the other. Again, this is just my opinion. Don't be mad. Just, tell me why, your rankings differ. Also, be sure to check out Brad Coach Cruises list. His link is going to be in the description box. After this video, I'm going to go watch his and see where he got them all wrong and I got them all right. I'm just kidding. Everybody's opinions is their own. But anyway, if you like what you saw, subscribe, hit the like button, comment, share with family and friends. It means the world to us. As always, thank you so much for your continued support. Hopefully we'll see you right back here in the next video, or perhaps on the Carnival Magic in 7 days. Catch you later.